Good morning, good afternoon. Nice to see everybody today. I know you're not all here to prospect. Some of you want to hear about my cool little AI stuff that I was telling you about on the other call. So, look, one of the biggest challenges that I would say comes across for agents is that more than 50% of your time, where do you spend it? It's a three-letter word. What is the word? Your car. So what is the direct result of that? You take phone calls, you have conversations, and then where does the information go? I don't know how many people are diligent about pulling on the side of the road, but you also use your car as a time of productive things to catch up on calls, reach out to clients. Yes, right? So where does all the information go? It goes to your brain, the notes section of your phone. You text it to yourself, you email it to yourself, you might call your assistant, you might try to remember it for later. Some people might be diligent in logging in their CRM. So there's a real challenge there, right? And when we start thinking about like client experience, is forgetting things that our clients say a good client experience? Nope. Is having your clients have to follow up with you? Hey, Bill, remember we were talking the other day? I think you were driving. Do you think you could send me over that document that you shared? That's bad, right? But the question is, how do you solve this? Now, leveraging money towards customer service issues is not always the best solution. So now we live in a world where we can use technology. Meet my new best friend, a Plod note. Now, disclaimer, I am not an affiliate. I don't get paid to say this. I don't get paid if you buy something, and I don't have some special link. Now, this thing is going to change your life. Out of all the cool things I ever gave you, this might be top three. Now, look, as you can see with Shrog AI and the things we're doing as a company, we're really embracing AI. Now, you think about human error, timing, responsiveness, engagement, interaction. If you sent our team, how do I log into the platform and see a recording of this week's session? That is something that actually could be answered by artificial intelligence immediately and give you a very specific targeted answer. Now, if you have people involved, there's more and more steps and there's always human error. So how do you solve this need, right? Who here has enjoyed having an autopilot? This is an autopilot on steroids. So let me introduce you to Plod now. I'd encourage you to get the case. So this little black thing, just like this, goes on your phone, right? And it's actually a recording device. Now watch this. Plod. Now, if I hit this button here, see, there's a light that comes on. Let's hit record. And now this is recording. You can go on their website and they'll show you how to record phone calls and everything else. A Plod note. A Plod note is for real estate agents that are busy on the go. It's ideal for an agent that wants to obsess over client experience, remember and document every single thing their clients say, so nothing ever slips through the cracks, enhance client experience by providing real-time recaps, notes, and being able to follow up on every detail that matters to somebody. Ways that you can use it is in buyer consultations, listing presentations, role-playing and scripting, getting your thoughts out on paper to share with somebody else, right? If you have, Michelle, a list of things to send your admin, you could actually record it like this and most effectively do it. So different ways you can do is if your client calls you on the call, you can turn on your Plod note. At the end of each property showing, you could ask your question, you could ask your buyer questions. You could say how you utilize artificial intelligence to organize all the notes, all the feedbacks, and all the requests you have. So at the end of every property, I'm just going to turn on my device. I'm going to ask you a few questions. And after the showings, we'll recap everything and put it in one organized Google Doc and send you a recap. Would that be okay? Right? These are the different benefits of the Plod note. So now look, it's about a minute. I can hit stop. I can hit save. And now it's going to start processing it. There's a little button that says transcript. I hit transcript, and there are different types. I could do a call, a meeting note, class lecture, report meeting, consulting meeting. So I'm just going to say a call, and it's going to say start transcription. So now the transcription is happening. So once this is done, it now also can provide you a summary and a mind map. We did this in a meeting with a group of bankers the other day for an hour. And if you look at our recap notes, we go to our summary. And if you look here, this thing summarized an entire conversation with 6 people in a room. And it is shockingly accurate because it's powered by ChatGPT. So if you start thinking about how can you start leveraging yourself with technology, this, I believe, is the most effective way. And as we get into the world where we're going to have to charge for all of our services, imagine during a listing presentation, you did not have to take a single note. Now look at this. Here is the entire transcript. Now I can go to summary, and now it's generating a summary. Do you see how fast this all happens? Now it says applaud note summary. Applaud note is a cutting-edge tool designed to streamline a real estate agent's workflow by capturing and organizing critical client information. By leveraging artificial intelligence, agents can provide clients with detailed recaps, enhancing overall satisfaction. This innovative tool is a game changer for buyer consultations, listing presentations, and more. Applaud note introduction, usage scenarios. The tool has been used in various scenarios such as buyer consultations, listing presentations, and more. It allows an agent to record thoughts and instructions, which can then be efficiently shared with the team members. This is all here. Pretty cool, right? So when you're talking with your clients, how much better do you think their experiences would be and yours would be? And ultimately, how much time would you save if you had a Applaud note? Now, I want a couple of you to unmute yourself and tell me what comes to mind when you say this.
Sorry, this is Mike Korshidi. You're saving so much time with this. Your clients appreciate that you're not writing. You're paying full attention to them. I mean, it's a game changer.
Yeah, there's different types of listening, right? When you're in meetings, seminars, there's listening to take notes, and then there's listening to listen when you're really present. So imagine you just went through your entire pitch, and in real time, it summarized everything you guys talked about and says, look, here's our entire summary. I'll send this to you right back when we go to the office. Please take a time to sleep on it, review it, and if anything additionally comes to mind, please let me know. Mike. These are like, now here's the other thing. When you're having certain conversations, right? Like here's another applicable use. You're now having a price reduction conversation. You're going to be practicing your scripts. Now you can see what you say and how someone responds to you. So if you want to improve your skill set, you're like, wow, I said this, but I really meant to say this, and this is what the outcome was. And so now you can get better. When you practice in accountability groups and you role play, you can start seeing and like, look, your brain processes information differently visually and then auditorily, right? So there's a lot of different uses, and everywhere where you're on the go, you just use your Applaud note. You can create so much more productive habits, behaviors, and output, right? So there's 3 things you want to think about. There's activity, output, and impact, right? Activity is making the calls. Output is what you get out of the conversation, right? Essentially your notes or whatever you talked about. Impact is what you do with the information. That's the key metric that drives money, right? So you think about activity, output, impact, right? If you have employees, one of the challenges that employees have is they think activities that create output equal impact, and it does not. So if you're running a sales campaign and your activity is making the plan and putting it together, the output is all the emails, the structure and everything else, right? And you're getting paid for a lead gen. And the impact is, well, no sales happened. Well, the activity and the output didn't matter because you get paid for impact. But now this is where you can see where it goes. Think about it. How many people feel that they're the type of person where it's easier for them to verbalize something through speaking words than it is to write it all down? I'll be the first one to say that, right? Now think about it. If I asked you, how would you train an assistant and what did they did? Oh, they do my emails. Well, how would they do your emails? Oh, they would look in my inbox. I have four folders. Urgent, which is defined as something that has to be solved in the next 2 hours or an immediate sales opportunity. If not, there's a negative output. End of day, things that have to be answered by the close of business because those are the expectations and great client experience. Number 3, end of week. It's a request that's not time urgent, but it has to be done by the end of week. And visibility, right? Like something that I should look at if I want to know about it, but something I don't have to be involved in, like endless rounds of design revision. And so you would go through each email throughout the course of a day and filter them to one of the 4 folders. At the end of every day, we'll have a 4:30 check-in where if there's anything that you're unsure of, filter it to the folder that you think, simply mark it with a star, and we'll discuss the email and the why. Why does it go there? What does it have to be done? And ultimately how you need to do it going forward. Now that can all be transcribed and now turned into a full-blown training document. And I just did that in like 4 minutes or 3 minutes. Are we all starting to see like the, like that golden moment where everything's become shiny and clear? Sophie had a question. Is there an easy way to get AI dictation to our Compass CRM? Not that I know of, right? I think the easiest way is to get the information from here, put it into a Google Doc and just copy and paste it into your CRM. It's an extra step, but you're still going to actually have all the information. So that is my note on Claude. Let me just go to their website, Claude note. For anyone that wants to check it out. A bunch of people had bought it on the morning call, as you can see from the last one. Okay, so let's get into some stuff about prospecting, right? And it's inexpensive. It's like $70 for the year based on like your different usage. So it's not much. And it literally eliminates the need for like an entire person. So for people that want to leverage VAs in other countries, this is great because now you can just give them the information, have them upload it. The tedious part is taking it and uploading it to other documents, right? So there's that. We also have our Chirag AI chat, our Chirag AI app that we're actively working on, which will be trained on 30,000 minutes of our coaching. So anything that I say, if you want to know, how do I have a script on this? How do I handle this objection? How do I share the benefits of collections with the buyer, right? Like, what do I bring to a listing presentation? All of these things will be able to answer you. So it's like Chirag in your pocket, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So these are the things that we're working on. And, as a company, I always say that our business mirrors yours. It's the same exact thing, right? You guys sell houses, we sell transformational experiences in business and life, but it's all based on client experience. It's all based on repeat and referral. We don't do, you see, we don't have Instagram ads and things like that running, right? So our business is we do a really great job by people and they refer us to other people. We give value through webinars and people come in like Mike that join through something that they heard or seen or recommendation. So what I want to talk about, how many people know how to have time conversations when prospecting? Okay. Now, one of the challenges that people have with prospecting is being outcome-based versus activity-based, right? So if you're like, oh, I'm going to make calls for an hour and I want to have 10 conversations, is that really a realistic thing? No, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to 10 people. I'm going to block off the next hour. It seems like plenty of time. But that means you need to know how to have 6-minute conversations. So framing is the context based on someone's present belief system and values to set up the next conversation. So if you're going to prospect for time conversations, you have to set the right frame. Hey, Corey was driving by your neighborhood and I was thinking about you. And last week you had posted this amazing thing about your daughter winning a basketball championship. Literally had 5 minutes before a doctor's appointment or a buyer coming to see a house and just thought if you want to connect, how are you doing? That's it. You frame the conversation. was thinking about you, saw something important, like shared an experience they want to have in house, whatever it is, have 5 minutes, just quickly want to say hello and not take up too much of your time. That is a time conversation and how you frame it. You got to remember, these people are not like sitting there waiting for you to call them, right? So when you contact somebody, who actively prospects their sphere? Anybody here? Okay. Someone unmute yourself. Anybody, whoever's first. And don't all rush to do it at once, please.
Yeah, we do it.
All right, cool. Lenny, my man, Manhattan Beach, what a beautiful place. So when you call people, are they surprised to hear from you?
Most of the time, I think so, yeah.
Exactly. So this is why time conversations work. They don't expect time from you. It's not a planned or scheduled call. You don't want to monopolize a lot of their time. It's just a simple, thoughtful gesture. That's all that it is. And the more you think of them, the more they think of you. Right? Remember, create the conversation you want to have, that you want people to have when you're not there. So you say, wow, Lenny was so thoughtful. He was about to go to a doctor and he had a few extra minutes. And he just thought of calling me because he drove by our house. Remember how excited we were about enjoying spring nights in our backyard with a bonfire.
Right.
This is why, the whole point of data, in my view, is to be able to make future decisions off of it, right? So like when you have a plod note and I'm sitting there with you and we're like waiting to get in and be like, I'm turning this on, but like, I'd love to learn more about you. Like, what do you like to do in your free time? What are your favorite places to go? Why are you asking this? Actually, one of the things is like we provide a lifetime of service. It doesn't end after the closing. We commonly give our clients gifts. We have events that have great experiences. So I just want to understand what would align best and be most beneficial to you. This is how all of these things connect together. So I encourage all of you to buy a plug. It will improve your prospecting, your conversation, documenting things, your CRM, everything. All right, before we get into the actual art of prospecting, which we all should do today, does anyone have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, hallucinations, fears, doubts, worries? Monica's on it. I like that, Monica. I was anxiously awaiting mine. I got mine last week. Now, just think about how cool this is. I can go on, say you sent me 10 different questions for scenarios, right? I could have my team members put them all into a Google Doc. I could record a Zoom video where the AI can pull my words from the Zoom and I can record it on the Plod Note and upload the text, double whammy. And in 30 minutes, I could answer 10 or more of your questions because generally they take a minute to 2 minutes of talking. All right, well, we have 11 minutes. Hop on phone, email, text. If you need anything written or an idea of what to say to somebody, please feel free to ask or drop it in the chat and you're good to go. Yeah, Monica, I think this is going to be so powerful for buyers consultations, right? Think about it. A buyer tells you all the stuff they want, like what's most important to the community, what's most important about a home. You take the summary and everything and say, look, one of the benefits of us partnering together is I'm going to put your house through a 16-point list, the 8 things you want in a house, the 8 things you want in the community, and ensure that we never send you one property that does not check off the majority of these boxes. And if some of them are not on there, we'll understand A, what are deal breakers, and B, we'll put the notes in there, what's missing. All right, on that note, prospect away. I love it, Michelle.
Chirag, I have a question.
Shoot.
So I send out these mailers in my neighborhood, and it gives a market update inside. And then it has a QR code down here to find out the value of your home and to send in your email information and so on and so forth. I had somebody respond today, not giving me their email or anything or asking a question, but just I knew that they responded to the QR code. So because now I have their phone number, I'd like to give them a call and follow up. What exactly would you say in your words?
So I would call you up and say, hey, what's the person's name? I would say you. I'd be like, hi, Susie. And I say, yeah, hey, it's Chirag with Compass. How are you? I saw that you had inquired about the equity in your home, and I simply wanted to know what information would be most beneficial for you.
Okay.
And that's it. And right, we say that, I would say, what information would be most beneficial to you? And we know that a lot of people that inquire have no interest in selling their home, and that's okay. We look to be a resource.
Okay.
And just address that up front, right? Or you
Say that
could,
again. We know most people don't what have.
so I would say, hey, Susie, it's Chirag with Compass. We saw that you inquired on through our QR code. How are you? Oh, I'm doing great and everything. And say, look, you know, you might want to say this in the beginning. Look, we understand that many people that inquire about the equity in their home have no interest in selling. That's okay. Simply look to be a resource. What information would be most beneficial to you? However you want to use it, but acknowledge the fact that we understand and are okay with that most people don't want to sell their home, right? Because that is going to create such a better experience and be better for your brand.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, 2 minutes. Who has any questions? I'll just plug it away. So, consistency is the greatest multiplier in any business activity. And prospecting is this thing that no one actually wants to do. And they commonly replace it with just stuff. But then think of this as the oxygen for your business, right? Like you can only hold your breath for so long. So I applaud, no pun intended, all of you. And look, I think it's just going to be so amazing. And when I think about all great things in coaching and the things we share, Think about how much happier your buyers are going to be when they get these amazing recap emails, right? There is nothing better than knowing that a person that you're hiring or considering for a service really hears and understands what you want. I work with an agent here locally, right? And she can tell you every single thing that I want in the house. And even if I send her home, I'm like, what's up with this house? It is this, you're not going to like this. This house is like this. It won't let you do this. It's this close to your gym and like, it's this close to your, like she knows all of those things, right? So I never even have to think about anything. And there are dozens of houses I've sent her in the lifetime I've known her. And she's just like, yeah, you don't want to do it. I'm like, really? Why? It looks perfect. Nope. This. Oh, people are forever going to need real estate agents. So managing your book of business and everything else is essential. Michelle and everyone else, with love in my heart, I love you all. We will see you all back tomorrow. And just thank you for being part of our community and have a powerful day. Oh, thank you. Bye.